So today I'd like to show you another option available to you in displaying information and using some elements on screen. So what I'd like to do is start with, just like we did in the last one, I'm going to put a control element on the screen. Okay, and I'm going to use this button just to be a go indicator or start for my program. So I'm going to name the button, or change the button text to start, and I am going to make it a push button switch this time. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to put in the other pieces that let us use that. So I'm going to use a panel input, and I need to tie that to a variable. Just like in the last program, I'm going to name that go. Okay, so now the other thing I'd like to do is, the real point of this one is I'm going to show you how to use some displays. Right, so my program here is going to be very simple. I just want to display the output from a photoresistor that I have. So I'm going to put in this panel display, and this one's digital. I could put in the meter, that's kind of analog, and the other thing is I'm going to put in a little lamp. I'm going to put in a bigger one. I think there's a bigger one down here. Oh yeah, those are better. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to do some customization to these so they're easy to recognize. Alright, so ID or name, I'm going to say this is photoresistor. Alright, and the text I want to display, rather than variable equals, I'm just going to say PR, because I just want to display the output from my photoresistor and I'm trying to give myself some clue what it is. Alright, this one, when I right click, see its ID or name is lamp, and I'm going to change that to go. Right, it didn't have to be named the same thing as that. That's certainly an option, that's your choice, but I want it to indicate when I've changed the value of this variable. Okay, so first I need to tell this panel input that it's looking at the start button, and I say OK. Then I need to also put in the equivalent of this for the outputs. Alright, so I got the panel display, and I have two different kinds of panel displays, so I want to put them both in. Right, click here and see I get photoresistor and go. I want this one to be photoresistor. I want this one to be go. Alright, and what's going to be tied to these? Alright, so that's easy enough to do. I want the photoresistor to actually be tied to the output of the photoresistor. So I'm going to put in this I1, and I have my photoresistor plugged into I1, and I'm going to say it is analog 5 kilo ohms. It is a photoresistor. Okay, and then go, I want that tied to the variable go. Right, sorry, I was confused there for a second. Let's do this a different way. I'm going to take this out for right now. We'll worry about that one a little later. Alright. Okay, so we're back looking at how these things are going to work. Right, so I'm going to just write a little program that really doesn't do much of anything. Okay, the point is just to show you how these things can kind of be used. Alright, so I'm going to start, and I'm going to set it up the same way. I don't really want it to do anything until I hit the start button and make it go. And this time I'm just going to show you a different way. Now remember, variables are always linked by names, but I can actually wire out of that side of the go, okay, and wire directly in, and that's not terrible in this case because it's not dragging it halfway across the screen or anything. And if it's yes, I want it to, let's say, turn a lamp on, and I'll have that lamp just wired as a motor. Okay, and then I just want it to keep going. For, let's say, 10 seconds. Then I want it to turn the lamp off and go back to the start. Okay. The whole time I'm going to be displaying the output from the photoresistor. So let's show you what this looks like. Alright, so it starts running and you can see the photoresistor output is 3,943 or so. If I open my test interface, you can see that that is in fact what's displayed here. Okay, and as that changes, this will change too. So just going to show you that by changing the value on that photoresistor. See, it's getting closer and closer. There's more light, a lot of light, complete darkness. Okay, so that's going to continue to just display whatever the value is. Alright, and again, I'm going to press the start button. I changed that to a 1. I made it a push button this time, so it's going to stay there. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back off so that when that 10 seconds is over, but you'll see my program's running and I can still monitor the values of things. I'm monitoring that photoresistor, and now I'm past there and I'm back waiting at this switch. So this display gives you an opportunity to see the value of different things. You could put a switch there, you could put all kinds of things, but it lets you see them without having to open the test interface. It also would be useful if you were going to make a user interface. So I hope this helps. That is a very useful function.